The sun, of course, is always one of the most difficult ones to talk about. I like to just call it your confidence, but it is your radiance, your heart, your ability to radiate confidence. And if you have doubts or worries, it takes away half your ability to radiate. If you're not eating well, it takes away some of that ability. If you've got a bad addiction or a problem, it's going to interfere with how you go forward. If someone's fat, you don't like me because you don't like me. You don't like me because I'm fat. So I can't go there because I'll be humiliated because I'm fat. It's not correct thinking that's Mercury moon too. Or it's not a correct evaluation with Venus, but it's affecting the confidence. So to build up people's confidence, any kid, any adult, if someone's had a breakdown, if someone's had a death, a horrible thing happen, you have to rebuild their confidence. They have to rebuild their own. It has to get rebuilt. To rebuild it, you have to have a period of time where you're sleeping regularly, eating regularly, feeling secure around your eating and getting good nutrition and good sleep. But you also have to be feeling appreciated, have some things you like, be able to relax a little bit, enjoy yourself a little bit. You have to be able to feel you're worthwhile and it's okay. You have to like yourself. Then when those two factors built up, your confidence can come back again. So when we have a breakdown, we have to rebuild the whole thing. We have to rebuild the moon, rebuild the Mercury, rebuild the Venus to get to the confidence. Once we get some confidence there, then it's easier to do things. But if you're trying to do things, Mars out in the world, and your confidence isn't there, it's a war zone, it's a difficult thing, and you don't have the insecurity, you're just going to fail, because you haven't taken care of the basics. Nobody's got this perfect. It's a big puzzle. But it's important to be, as we've gone through this, we bring up different puzzles at different things, and we're seeing different textures of experience at each level. So from the moon, diet, sleeping right. I like the image of the old samurai warrior who would go out of his way to be nice to his wife all night and really nice and satisfy her, take this, because if he leaves in the morning and she's mad, that warrior doubt could get him killed when he's fighting a battle. So, wow, tiptoe through those tulips. Be careful. Like it just, whatever you put out is going to come back. Whatever you don't put out is going to come back. Whatever you live up to, whatever you don't live up to, if you sneak, if you lie, if you don't really do it, but you're faking it, it's going to show eventually. So all this behavioral life stuff, Moon, Mercury, Venus, their challenges about living right, nutrition right. But boy, when you have a bad habit, what are you going to do with it? How do you get rid of it? Will you get rid of it? What are the different approaches to changing a habit pattern? That's the sign in the house of the moon that you're going to work with. How difficult it is, you can see the aspects to it. See, this is going to take some work. You can't leave it just up to that person. Are they, so, how confident are you? Well, how well have you lived? Well, I could have done that, and I never did that. I should have done that, and never did that. Oh, like we get caught between our past, but if our past has been bad, we usually get to it. That was so horrible. I got to get away from it. I got to do anything but that. It pushes us. People who are living into their future, they're usually running from their past. And eventually you're trying to use the running from the past to build up habits anyways, so you can be confident in the new direction instead of just repeating the pattern. So you got an autistic kid who doesn't have a sense of boundaries and is afraid of going out there. How do you get him confident enough to get things out, or get her confident to start going out and trying to get out? You have to start it from diet, food, eating. Then both good thinking around those things, talking about these things in little ways, or find a little way to do it. And they have to feel okay about it, not threatened by it. If they have the autism, it's probably already threatened somewhere in their relationship with mom, family, home, thinking, valuing. Something's already stressed. If it's a chemical imbalance, it came from food. Still, whether it's psychosomatic or physical, it's still in the habit pattern, in the mind, in the values, until one gets to the confidence. Well, sometimes just a hug or a smile can give someone confidence. But when someone's smiling, they're happy. When they're happy, boy, they look beautiful. But when it's taken away, then you really start to see, like in the signs, they say Scorpio is the most intense sign. No, Taurus is. Taurus is wonderful when they get what they want. The minute they don't get what they want, they'll break things, they'll throw things, not their things, but they'll be very fixated on being angry because they're not getting what they want. Everybody can be pushed to extremes. So this is a really big puzzle. We're just navigating through these textures of aspects to see, oh, I'm carrying this piece. Oh, I got this piece to work with. It just gives you an alert that you have to work on this. So if someone's a little overweight or they got one of these patterns, you can't just work directly on it. You have to know it's there and come around at it. You got to get some carrot to put in front of them to get them to go to improve their habits. More than good intentions. But if they take off the extra 5 pounds, then wow, the confidence comes up. But you have to believe you're worth it to have it come up. So getting to confidence is like growing up and being able to leave the past a little behind and making the future as important, if not more. I want to do this. I don't want to be at home. I want to go do this. I want to get here. You're starting to push forward. And we do this with every person that we meet, with every situation we're in. How much of us is pushing forward? How much of us is holding back? Wow. Of course, people who hold back, some of the good qualities, they can be artists, they can have great depth and fathom things that other people wouldn't. But when we're really built up into school, it's a hazing ritual, and we're judging where we're going, what we're doing, and what jobs we get, where we're going. We're judging all the outside things, and the inside things are struggling to keep up to it. When we get to Mars, yeah, I mean, it's subtle, it's profound, it's, in another way, it's very blatant. You can see them. You don't always know how to solve it for a person. You just become alert to that it's there. So when you're trying to communicate, express it, you can see, well, I'm going to have to repeat or double emphasize or package this nicely so they see it properly. It's easy to talk about a chart. It's hard to talk about a chart so that it's what the other person needs to hear in a way that they will deal with it. When we get to Mars, we're starting with our, we have the Moon, Mercury, Venus, and we have the Sun there. Then we have the Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, how we put energy out, what we learn from what we do, how much we actually accomplish, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn. So when we start putting Mars energy, it's how we use muscles, how we put energy out, how we force things. It's our adrenaline, it's our strength, it's our courage, it's our anger, it's our ferocity, it's our accident proneness, it's our energy. Wow. Let's just see. Well, by the time a kid's 2 years old, by the time all the kids in your neighborhood are 2-year-old, the 2-year-olds or 3-year-olds that start going to school, they're not all the same strength. They're not all the same. They don't have the same courage, not the same strength. They don't have the same physicality. There'll be some strong, aggressive ones. There'll be some really weak and fragile ones. And in this pecking order, there'll be some bullies and some not bullies. But it's really about how you do things. There's somebody so aggressive, they're uncontrollable. They're doing it and they think they get away with it. And often there's behavioral patterns affecting that. But usually, to be healthy, your muscle tone is the state of your Mars. You're strong, you're healthy, you can move, you can run, you can do things, you got the adrenaline, it's going, it's work, it's healthy. But if you eat too much, you slow down what you do. If you're thinking too much or talking too much, you're getting worked up about things, you can become too angry. So Mars is a funny planet. You don't always see the energy, but you can see the anger. You can cut yourself, you can burn yourself, you can bang into things, you can break things, you can smash things, you can speed the car. There's so many ways we use energy too much. We force things. We can even force a conversation or force I'm forcing my ideas on you. I got Mars and Mercury together. We'll get there. And it's trine my moon. So I can do this for an extended period of time, no problem. But if no one was here, I wouldn't do it. I have to feel you're there to be able to get all this information out and to keep on track and going with it. Once it's there, it's easy for me to stay pumped. But the Mars, it depends on how aggression, where you're trying to be aggressive in your words, sarcasm, whatever, in your just how strong are you, how run are you, how patient are you, how quick to anger are you if someone gets in your way, or how can you work with other people or not work with, do things with others, for others, against others. Wow, this is a big problem for me until I got it. When I got in school, being told what to do, I had big problems. Of course, I got strapped in grade 1 for kissing girls, but I got strapped every year for pushing the limit. But I never trusted a teacher. I never felt secure at school. But of course, if I get strapped at school, I get beat up at home. Huh. Where's security? But it ended up being very adventurous for me. I climbed trees. I'd go out and play in the river, even though I wasn't supposed to. I'd go play. By the time I was told it's okay to go to the park, I'd been a mile or two away. I'd already gone on those longer walks by myself. But when I was 4 or 5 years old, nowadays it seems incredible. I wouldn't do it. Then it wasn't a big deal. Go out and play. I don't want to see your face. Get busy for a couple hours. There wasn't TV. Really different. But what you do and how you're forcing things and how strong you are about things and you're ready to fight for something, that's Mars, to put the energy out. Then it's just be well-coordinated energy doing things, very active person. But to be the very active person and happy in that, you have to have your Venus happy, you have to have your mind thinking positively and be alert, and you have to have eaten well and slept well and not be tired. If you're tired, it slows down what you can do. If you're eating too much or too little or wrong things, it's going to affect your strength. You know, like, so how much your parents let you do, how much you do anyways, how much you can use this force at school, and how much you can control it. You know, these are all factors. I mean, autism is really when people don't have the sense of boundaries around what they're doing, and it can go and hurt people, pulls them in, why deal with it, and they haven't taken the jump to Mars that well. How do you fix the Mars? No, you don't have to fix the Mars. First, you have to fix the diet, the habit, then the thinking, and then making it so you like it. Then once you like yourself, wow, it's easy to go do things. That's why pets and petting an animal can often help a person that's been socially displaced or in problems where they've done wrong things and they're trying to fix it. They got guilt, they don't think they can, but they touch the animal and there's no judgment. All of a sudden, it starts building up the inner things that makes it worthwhile to go do things. But negative self-worth, negative thoughts, negative lifestyle, boy, it has a tremendous effect on what you do. And as you do, you gain those experiences. Those experiences become memories. It can become a real sinkhole. So the work is today, now, make it a little bit better than it was yesterday. Your memories are a bit better. You know, like as soon as you get sick, you got to stop eating bad stuff. You got to sleep better or whatever. You have to do things now. And eventually, if you maintain it for a while, it becomes good enough to heal. Body's incredible in that way. But Moon Mars is going to be quick to anger. Any little feeling, I feel good, I got to go for it. I feel bad, I'm going to fight for it. It's going to be rowdy. The feelings and the energy, the stressful aspects, are going to be rowdy, exposed to throw things, they'll bang things, they'll break things. They can hurt themselves, fall over, cut themselves. So again, I'm imagining babies, but it happens in adults. It grows up into adults. It's going to be hard to close. It's not going to be easy to be close to someone with a Moon Mars square. They're going to be pushy and competitive in their basic habits and impatient. And they're not going to want to be sympathetic. If they're sympathetic, there'll be conditions, and the minute you don't live up to that sympathetic, there'll be an argument. They're pushy. Or they can attract being pushed, whether it's rising or setting. But there's aggressive element. Someone could eat too fast, too much. Someone with the Moon Mars stressful aspect, you're not going to give them a Coke as a kid.